1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Alrighty, here I am. Hello, bird nerds. Hello to the Riot Squad. You know what we have to do. When you're here, you have to tell me you're here, and you have to tell me where you're from, and then we can all get along and all be friends. So the plan today is, let me get that out of the way. That's not real flash, is it? We're going to talk about the Dawn Chorus, and I've recorded for a couple of mornings what I hear. Oh, and of course I've got a terrible internet connection. Hopefully this doesn't drop me off. Let's see. Am I still here? Looks like I am. Okay. Let's test this too. Let's test that this is going to work the way I've planned to do it. Volume is up 100%. Hello, who's here? Where are we? Twitch and Facebook, nice to see you. Well, while there's just a few of us here, I'm going to try out the way I want to play these. I've been having all sorts of trouble getting my clips into the program today. So let's see. You'll have to tell me if you can hear the audio on this clip, okay? G'day bird nerds, it's early Sunday the 12th of February. I don't believe you can. Because let me check that file. Edit, view. Let me just check this preferences on that. Input sources. Audio. I don't think that was going to work, so let me try it a different way. We'll close that. We'll open up a new tab. Sorry about this. I tried to upload everything this morning and it just wouldn't work. So let's see if we can do it this way. G'day bird nerds, it's early Sunday the 12th of February 2023 and I'm about to record the Dawn. Okay. Right. Now I think we might have something organised now. Cancel. So what we want to do is play that movie. Oh, annoying. What if we just go? I don't reckon this is going to work. folks, Twitch folks, Facebook folks. I really think that what I'm going to do is come back in a little while. Okay, who's with us? Tell us who's there, and I'll just tell you what is happening here. Yeah, this isn't going to work. I'm pretty sure. All right, I do have one thing that I can play, and we'll see how this works out. All right, hello everyone again. My plan today was to just do the Dawn chorus, but it's not working well. Getting these files into here is not working. So let's first listen to a submission. Let's get it back to the start, and we'll see how many birds we can identify. Go back. I don't want the notification. I don't want the notification. I just want where I was. Come back. Oh, Struth. Not having a good day. I've been trying to get these things uploaded all morning, and it just gets to about 80% and crashes out, which is just not great. Oh, there's Mo's contribution. We're not going to get there. All right, this was from Bronwyn Fredericks. And I'm going to go straight back in. Can't wait until they actually upgrade the internet here. All right, now have we got this shared? We have got this shared. Okay, beautiful. Let's play it and let's see what we can hear. There's 20 seconds of audio here. Now there's definitely lorikeets going on there and magpies. A raven. A dog. Right, I'm going to stop that there for a second. I'll bring it back to the start. We'll play it again in a minute. All right, I'm back. Hello. Hi, YouTube. Now, did you hear a couple of different birds in that one? I heard the lorikeets, and I'm going to guess that they were rainbow lorikeets, but they sounded different to the rainbow lorikeet that I have here. Slightly different. Grey shrike thrush, I heard that, and I heard the Australian magpies. Did you hear any others? Let's Let's run it again. There's the grey striped thrush right at the start. And that grey striped thrush sounded fantastic. Now, let us know, where are you calling? Where are you listening from and calling from? Calling from. I think we've got a call-in show we haven't got yet. Okay, now I wanted to go through my my Dawn chorus, but I'm having heaps and heaps of trouble getting these files in because they're not saving as MP4s, which makes it hard. Let's see if I can actually bring one in. Add a video clip. Sorry about this, it's very annoying. No, there's only one that I can bring in. Well, I can bring this one in. Let's bring this one in. I don't know if you guys know that I do the first seen and heard each morning. Very, very, very depressing that I can't get them all in here. And I'll have to try and share the... Alright. Good morning, bird nerds. It's Monday morning. It's February 13th. Can you believe that? 2023. Here in Wurundjeri country, that's the northwestern suburbs of Melbourne. That should be northeastern suburbs of Melbourne in Australia. Oh, and it didn't get the whole clip. Amazing. So that's not very good. All of my clips are in the wrong format. Well, I'm going to say thanks to Bronwyn Fredericks, who is in Ipswich, which is on the western side of Brisbane, for putting her one in. Folks, I'm trying to convert these clips, but because I did about 5 for each morning, that was yesterday and today, they're just taking forever to convert. I've got 2 options. I have to go and sit in a CT machine tomorrow, which means I can't do it tomorrow, but we could do Wednesday morning, or we could do later today. Now, give me an idea for those of you who are here, and hello YouTube and Twitch. Gee, I'm really sorry that I've stuffed this up. Would you like me to keep processing these and get these so that I can upload them and play them directly from here without all this messing around? Or would you like me to do it on Wednesday morning or even Thursday morning? But I can't do tomorrow because I have to go and get in the machine that talks to you at the hospital in the morning. So I'm waiting for you to tell me now so we can make a plan. So that means you have to type something in the comments, which I'm now looking at, and nothing's happening. So you need to tell me. Oh, how annoying. How annoying. How annoying. Oh, hello, Peter. Thank you. So Peter said either is okay. Anyone else got a preference? Um, how's the garden going too, Peter? While you're here, let's have a bit of a chinwag. Let's have a bit of a chinwag. Just let me know, Peter, what's happening with the garden. I'm going to assume that I'm lagging. All right, while we're doing that, while I'm waiting, I'm going to play Bronwyn's thing again. One, because I'm really happy that Bronwyn sent it in. Don't really want to share my messages there, do I? No. Okay, so Bronwyn, here's Bronwyn's profile on Twitter. She's the Pro Vice-Chancellor and Professor of Indigenous Engagement at the University of Queensland at UQ. Okay. So I wonder if Bronwyn has been seeing the powerful owls. That would be interesting to know. All right, let's play Bronwyn's Dawn Chorus again. I'll bring it back to the start. I like the very first bird that I hear in this one. So that was, let's come back to me. We can drop that off. Hello, H2 Rider, or Stormy, as I like to call you. So either is okay. Okay, well, we might have a crack at this afternoon. Now, Peter, now for those who don't know, Peter is ripping out some of his front yard. Are you doing the backyard as well, Peter? But Peter is going to put some natives in place of some. I can't remember what you had. You had some ficus in the front, didn't you, Peter? I think from memory. Are you mulching? Because if you're not going to plant until autumn, now's a great time to really load up with things like pea straw or something and really build up your mulch. Okay, so Peter said backyard country block. So is that different to the one that you sent me ages ago, Peter? Let's get that clear. And Peter's first heard this morning was currawongs. Have you got? You'll have pied currawongs there, won't you? Won't you, Peter? You'll have the pied currawong. Aloe vera. Can you believe the local council here, Peter, are planting aloe vera? I can't remember. All right, Peter. Peter can't remember either. It's a long time ago, mate. It's a long time ago. Hey, Stan, are you here today? Have I got Kangaroo Island in the house? Is Naomi in the house too? Look at this. I started the stream early this morning to see if you guys were coming in, and now you're all streaming in late, which is great. I'm rapt to have you here. But the terrible news is that I haven't been able. Every time I've been converting all the Dawn Chorus files that I've been doing each nightmare. Peter's just put this in. That's why I said nightmare. My Dawn Chorus that I wanted to show you. I recorded little clips yesterday morning and this morning, apart from my normal socials with the first seen and heard. And actually, you lot here, who checks out my first seen and heard? Because I do it on all the formats, and we've got what have we got? We've got people on all the formats here, I think. Yeah, we've got YouTube. I know we've got Facebook have bailed out early this morning, but we've got YouTube and Twitch here. Who actually checks out my first seen and heard each morning, or whenever they cross your socials? And I'd like to know which socials you get them on. So I'll just hang on for a little bit like that. Apparently the biggest event in world history is happening at the moment. Any of you know what that is? Yeah, I'm getting messages on Instagram. Okay, Stormy, yes. So Stormy gets them on Twitter. That's great. Peter's checking them on Insta. Okay. I'll just tell someone who's just messaged me on that's on Instagram. Someone's just messaged me on Instagram. I'll just tell them that I'm actually doing the stream now. They should pop in. Now, the other question I want to ask you both, Stormy and Peter, since you're engaging, which is great, do you get them do you see them at about the time I do them, which is somewhere between sort of any time between 6:30am and 8am, usually, when just depends on the weather or what else I've been doing? Like this morning, I should have been trying to change the... I was too busy recording their files, wasn't I, this morning, than trying to convert them. But I should have done them really early this morning. Varies, okay. Because what I'm trying to work out, Peter, generally, if you see them on Insta, I generally do them in the order I do Twitter, then I do Mastodon, then I usually do Instagram, which goes to Facebook at the same time. Then I usually do YouTube. Then I usually do TikTok. Okay, so Stormy, you catch them much later on. Yeah, are they still relevant when you see them later on? Because I'm wondering whether I should rationalise it. But it's really interesting when I look at the stats where they go and who sees them. It's pretty cool, but I'm still wanting to get people from around the world to jump in, but I think I'm going to have to directly reach out to people and ask them, sort of beg them to participate. Now, and forgive me because I'm looking at the screen that I can see myself on instead of talking to you. Riot Squad, I need to tell you too that there are a couple of designs for the Riot Squad t-shirt that are being worked on at the moment, and to look after mine, I'm doing one which is good, so they're still good. Okay, I'm doing one which is member of Riot Squad, and that will be available to people who perhaps joined the membership tier, which I've just about got set up. Again, I'm waiting for some artwork and the other idea I had was, apart from a t-shirt, Do any of you watch the Young Turks or the Damage Report? Um, I'm I'm guessing someone will be a lefty who will be watching either. Well, the Young Turks have got this cool jacket. Now, I don't want to sell a jacket, but they have a whole heap of patches, and anyone my age probably, I mean, remember going on school camps and going on trips with the family, and you would get stickers that you could put on like the caravan or on your on your containers where you kept your cooking gear or your camping gear, or you got the little patches that you could sew on your backpack or your on your blankets, camp blankets, things like that. So I'm getting a bird emergency embroidered patch and a riot squad embroidered patch. And I think some of my favourite really rare birds, I think we'll do some patches like that. So what do you think about that idea? Instead of just doing t-shirts. And of course I want to do things that people sort of like enough to show off. And a patch, of course, doubles as the front of a cap or a birdwatching floppy hat, like the old fielding in the outfield kind of cap. Well, that's good, Peter. So Peter likes the yeah, because I'm a little bit self conscious about the t-shirts, even though, look, I would rather make a whole range of t-shirts and things, just simply because I'd rather, if I've got to buy new clothes, I'd rather them be clothes that have a dual purpose. I don't buy a lot of clothes. I'm really against the whole just buying shit just because it's there. Yeah, okay. Now, so blue-winged kookaburras and laughing kookaburras are the obvious ones for the riot squad. But what kind of birds should be on the bird emergency? Yeah, I like everything to have at least one use. At least one use. So I look for 2, 3 uses in everything that I can buy. Hello, Stan, Kangaroo Island TV. If you're not following Stan on YouTube at Kangaroo Island TV, you should. Stan was rocking a t-shirt in his. I don't know if it was his latest, but certainly yesterday's. Well, it was yesterday when I saw the post. Stan, what do you have a particular style of t-shirt that you prefer, Stan? Like, do you like a longer sleeve or a longer? Some people like the tight fit. Some people like a much looser fit. I like longer sleeves for sure. Who's given us some love? Hello, Naomi. Nice to see you. How's everything going, Naomi? Now, Naomi, I'm guessing you've come in a bit late. We were just discussing, we're half an hour in and we're still discussing what to do since my files haven't converted to the format I need to get them into the streaming. It's such a nuisance. See, I'm processing them now and it's just taking forever to change them from one format to another. It's very, very annoying. That's why I need a new computer. All right, Stan's telling us he likes a looser fit. Long sleeves. Okay, good. Naomi's running late. Guess what, Naomi? That's fine because I was running late, and I've got all of the Dawn Chorus stuff from yesterday and this morning, which wouldn't play in StreamYard, so it's annoying. I suppose I could do it on through OBS, but then I can't easily multi-stream it. Yeah, very, very, very annoying. All right, while we're waiting for some things to happen, Naomi, this is for you, Naomi. Did you see Bronwyn Frederick's contribution to for the Dawn Chorus? If you haven't, I'll play that again. So that's the question just for you, Naomi. And maybe for you too, Stan, because I don't think you were here first up, were you? Okay, Naomi. All right, let's do this, Naomi. All right, Naomi. How many? Let's get right back to the start. Let's see how many birds you can pick out. All right, back here. All right, how many did you hear? I've already given a couple away to everyone else, Naomi, so this is just for you. What did you pick out in there? Hi, Facebook. Hi, hello, new YouTubers. Hello, Twitch. So, Naomi, let us tell us what you could pick out from that. Does anyone want me to run it again? I could clearly pick out 3, and I reckon there was another one, but I don't know which one it was. Do we want to do that again? All right. So what did Naomi get? Magpie, lorikeet, and a gull. I'm not sure that the gull was there. Let's run that one again. Stan's having a dip at 5. I didn't pick out 5, but let's do it again, and I'll see if I've got the clip at full volume. Okay, I do have that clip at full volume. We'll take it right back to the start again. All right, so what I hear, the first one is the grey shrike thrush, which was that, and then there's lorikeets. Now, I'm not willing to call which ones they are. I'm not familiar with what will be. Rainbow lorikeets are going to be in that group, but I don't know whether there's scalies or others in that group as well. But they do sound different to the lorikeets that I hear here. So let's just run that back. Now, being Ipswich, that's not the same little raven that I hear. So maybe that's the Eurasian crow, but I'm not 100% sure. Well, let's go again. So what have we got? That's 3. Grey striped thrush. There's a honeyeater or something there that I don't recognise. There. And then the crow or the raven. Then the dog. Lorikeets. Australian magpie. Grey striped thrush again. So that was did you hear them that time? I've got a funny feeling I didn't actually share the window. Did I not share the window? Let's do it again. We'll get that time in again. Did I play that back myself about 5 times and no one else could hear it? All right. Okay, we're sharing. I'm going to come back. Now, the first thing I hear is the grey striped thrush. That. Lorikeets. There's a crow or a raven. There's a dog. Then there's magpies. And I reckon there's a honeyeater chirp or something just in there. Oh, and hearing... You may not hear it if you're listening through computer monitors. I think in the background there's a trilling call with maybe a cuckoo. Okay. I know. Oh, no, I didn't share it with you. Oh, yes, I did. There we go. It is sharing again. I can't. I don't think I can zoom in on the tree. Let me see if I can. No, I can't. You mean up here? That one's not a bird. Maybe there's one there, but that isn't either. All right. Well, I think we've done that one to death. Thanks, Bronwyn, for putting that one in there. Yeah. Yeah, it did work. I forgot to share it. I was too busy making sure I stopped and started. Now... Now, I haven't frozen. I was just thinking. I'm looking. I still haven't got past 10% of processing these little videos that I want to do. What time is it now? 1 o'clock. Is 4 o'clock too late? Only going to take about half an hour for me to run through my 2 days of dawn choruses. And has anyone recorded anything for me? I have another couple from Twitter that people, not necessarily dawn chorus, but things they wanted me to share. So, Riot Squad. Oh, And that was another question on the Right Squad. What I've asked is for a design with both the types of kookaburras in them. But would you be happier with just one kookaburra? I kind of think that Barbara, I don't know where. Barbara, you are a legend. Sorry, I don't know where she's. Are you with us at the moment, Barbara? Are you in the chat? Yeah, Stan. It's I just do. I just record on the phone. The if thing is, I can only bring in the files if they're in MP4 format into StreamYard, so I can talk about them. Unless I can share them just while I play the file, but you're not hearing the audio. Oh, actually, let me try that again. Let me try this. Let me try this. If I open with... Alright, if I open in QuickTime... Let's try this. So if I open it in... Where are we? Over there. Okay. Let's stop this. So if I go present, share screen, window, let's see. Well, here's where we find out if we're doing dawn choruses. Now, when I play this, folks, you got to tell me whether you can actually hear it. This might mean we can do the dawn choruses, and we can carry on from now. So you have to tell me if you can hear the audio. Now, I think that was the one I did for Twitter. You can't hear it. Yeah, I didn't think so. It's yeah, it's I can't play in Chrome. I don't think, or can I? I'll try one more thing. I'll try one. Ah, okay. So you could hear it, but it was faint. Yeah, that's the problem. That is the problem. Stan, what were you referring to here? What are you referring to in that, Stan? So that did you send me something for first seen and heard? Because I haven't heard it. Peter. Okay, fabulous. Well, let's get that going. Let's get that organised. Yeah, Naomi, I think I was only really plugging it on... Oh, no, I plugged it on everything. It was on my... No, I did talk about it on the Instas, which go to Facebook as well. I have seen the app Dawn Chorus. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Now I didn't hear the Coel on Bronwyn's thing. Let me get Instagram fired up so that I can find what Peter sent me, and let's hope we can hear it. It's just loading up. Okay, message. I'm guessing you messaged me, Peter. Um, no, that's not it. Where are we, Peter? Bird emergency. Notifications. Did you tag me? Sorry, everyone. Jen Mack commented that there's something here, but I don't think she sent me a file. No. No. So, Jen Mac 1123 has commented on today's Instagram post. 5:30 this morning, like every morning so far, wake up call is amazing. Echoing each other, one particular species that she would love to know, then followed by another species, seems to be a rivalry or a system. The magpies follow not long after. It's the beginning from silence to the song, which is beautiful. Except the noisy miners outside her bedroom window. All right, let me. I think I can share that. Stan, where's your recording? And Peter, you've sent one to my Insta, but I can't see it yet. So, did you tag me? I'm just going to share my Instagram, and then I can play with the audio. Should work. Are we hearing the audio? No. We're not hearing any of this, are we? Nah. So that's not going to work. So I kind of did say to everyone, please email them to me because then they're easy for me to get. Where did you put it in the chat, Stan? Now, I cannot see. you in the something in the chat, Stan. Why is that? Why can't I see it in the chat? Well, something's not working, is it? Did you put a link to it, Stan? I cannot see. Yeah, it does block links, Stan, because all you get usually is spam. Okay, I'm going back to Peter. We're learning as we go along. I'm going back to my Instagram. Stan, if you can be bothered, just email it to me. I actually created an email just for this. So yeah, don't put links in the chat here because it won't work. But if you want to send me a file, try and make it an MP4 file and send it to ornchorus@thebirdemergency.com. That makes it easy for me to deal with. Otherwise, we've got to deal with all the different ways that, like, I've got a message here. Hopefully that's from you, Peter. Here we go. That's from you, and that's 1 minute ago. So, and all I've got is a message from Peter saying here. So that's not very good. Oh, Amanda Lillyman's active. I wonder if she's on. So yeah, this is what part of the problem with a lot of these platforms only want you to do a public file. Oh, there's Amanda in Hobart. Good on you, Amanda. I'm just scrolling through, Peter. In the messages, this is why I said, yeah, send them to, yeah. So, Peter, your message, I can see that you're active, and I can see that you've typed here, but I can't see anything else. Okay, I've got an email. Here we are. Now I've got it, Peter. Great. All right, let's share this and let's see what Peter sent me. That's better. Hello, Shane. Nice to see you. Yeah, Peter, I can see that. We have it now. So let's share Peter's bird bath, and hopefully we're going to hear it as well. I'm hearing it. I can see the little birds, but I can't tell what they are. Can I full screen this? No. Am I seeing a grey fantail there, Peter? You'll have to tell me. I'm seeing little birds that are dashing around that look to me to be scrub wrens, but I can't tell enough. And you've got 2 bird baths, so that's nice. You've got a bowl and then you've got an overflow spill out one, so that's nice. I reckon I'm seeing the only thing I can tell for sure there, Peter, is the grey fantails. So, okay. Now, Shane. Nice to see you, Shane. Yellow-tailed black cockatoos. Very, very, very nice. Somebody else put in yellow-tailed black cockatoos yesterday too, so that was great. So, Peter, we've just had a look at yours. Let's play that again. We're not hearing much. Gee. So I'm thinking you've got white-browed scrub wrens there, and I think I can see a grey fantail. I can hear the zitting. You've probably got some other thornbills that are. Oh, and there's a white-naped. No, is that a? Yeah, that's a white-naped honeyeater. It might be one of the other varieties, but certainly I saw a honeyeater with a white nape there. All right, let's stop that. Let's come back to the chat for a minute. So, Peter, how good's your bird ID? What have you been seeing there? Thanks for the Facebook love too, Shane, and Naomi, of course. Thank you. So, Peter, let's reach for the bird book. I'm getting to my honeyeaters, and I'm going to see which one of the honeyeaters it probably was. I definitely saw the white nape there. So, could well have been a black-chinned honeyeater. Definitely a more prominent white nape than the brown-headed honeyeater. Could have been the white-throated honeyeater. I didn't see the colour of the eyebrow. And it could also have been the white-naped honeyeater. So, Peter, you can see your clip. Let's see if we can deduce it. I can't see it in full screen. Actually, let me make it bigger. I don't know if that helps on the broadcast, but it certainly helps with me looking on my screen. Let's play this again. Let's play detectives. Definitely grey fantail. I can't get enough definition on any of the other birds there. Looks bigger than the white-naped honeyeaters we get down this way. All right. Let's stop there and come back. So, Peter, give us an idea. What you identified your honeyeater there? Looked a bit chonkier. I reckon it might have been a black-chinned honeyeater, and that's got sort of a bluish eyebrow. Depending on the race, I don't know. I don't know. See, it's very unless you've got very good evidence. Sometimes you shouldn't have a dip. Now, and folks, I'm just going to check the email while we're here to see if Stan emailed me something. Let's just wait. I'll come back to your chat while that's loading up. Yeah, I reckon you've got fairy wrens there and scrub wrens. Um, oh, great, Stan. Okay, I'll be into that in just a minute. So, Peter, let's interrogate you, Peter, for a minute. What bird book are you using, Peter? Let's work that out, and I'll have Stan's file. Here we go. And also, while I'm here, I want to great. Barbara, you're a star. Barbara is a star. I need to get Barb organised on a membership link here. Okay, so Stan's got a YouTube up here for us. Good. We'll have that one shared out in a minute, Stan. So when I get over to Stan's... All right. How good's this? Very slow though, isn't it? Very slow. Did you see the government has announced that we're going to have... here we go. Oh, Stan, yes. Stan, that is definitely the devil bird, mate. So, Naomi, you're definitely right. That is the devil bird, the coel, or the cooey bird, or whatever else you want to call it. Also, I can hear the willy wagtail there, Stan. All right. Thanks, Stan. Thanks for sending that in. Fantastic. It's good, isn't it, hearing the others? The white-plumed... did sound like the white-plumed honeyeater also having a chit-chat in that clip. Yeah, and Stan, you're definitely right. You've got... they sound like New Hollands that are very close to you there. But the coels have been moving. Now, I think... I can't remember now. I'd have to go back and listen to when I was referencing when we had them. We only had them here for a couple of days, calling at night, and then they were gone. So maybe you're going to have them keeping you awake forever and ever and ever and ever. The devil bird. Yeah. So, Barb, are you with us, Barb? Yeah, we got people everywhere, so that's great. Is anyone with us who's not in Australia at the moment? I'm seeing people coming in and out at the moment, so I'm guessing that's people dropping off and Maybe they were just further away or closer. At I know, Stan, when we had the visitor here, it was right outside my window in the tree where they all the birds come and congregate, and it was so annoying. It was so annoying for but it only hung around a few days, so that was great. I had a dream about a pheasant kukul the other day. If anyone's interested, I have weird dreams sometimes. So, gee, I still haven't got past 10% on transferring these files. That's annoying. So, how about we make Wednesday at midday, the day that we do more. I'll do my dawn chorus, and that will give people a chance to send in anything else if they like. I'm with Naomi on this. Naomi, where I live, because it's body corporate thing, we get every fortnight, I think, the guys come in and mow the lawn and trim the edges and stuff. And what happens after they've done the lawn mowing and the whippersnippering, two of them go and get a leaf blower each. But instead of having instead of like blowing everything out onto the road or something, they blow them at each other. So it's just stupid. They're just idiot. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're a Toon Gabby, yeah? H2 Rider or Stormy on Twitter. So, yeah, you've certainly got Coels up there. Definitely. So. Can you believe this has not, basically, since we're streaming, I'm doing things at the same time. I have not got, I basically haven't moved on anywhere with the changing those, the file formats. Yep, so let's see. If you want to send me something for, we'll say Wednesday midday, where we'll go over my dawn chorus, send it to me, but make sure it's in MP4. Now, Barb's sent me another message on Twitter. Are you, Barb? Are you in the chat and listening? And what do we got? Oh, so Barb's just replied to my post on Twitter about today, saying she always watches it, and that's great. And I really appreciate Barb's just bought me some coffees, which was magnificent. But if you're in here, Barb, if you're in one of the other platforms, let me know. I can stream to Twitter, but I don't because Twitter can't chat. It kind of defeats the point of being in the live chat. You may as well just watch your replay if you can't actually engage. So yeah. Let me see. So I also want to say too, thank you to the new subscribers on YouTube. That's always nice. We're heading on to the goal so that I can do more cool things on YouTube. We're slowly, steadily getting there. We're almost halfway to the first goal. Instagram is growing very nicely too. And on Facebook, look, I really don't spend enough time on Facebook, but starting to get some nice comments and sharing and everything there going on. A few people have been asking me again, how can they support the show? So I'm just checking comments on Twitter to see if anyone else is interacting with the calls, but no, not yet. No, not yet. Did anyone see the latest carbon credits fiasco? If you haven't, Four Corners tonight, expose on the latest one, Papua New Guinea, where people are selling carbon credits, and at the same time, they're not supporting the local communities, and because the local communities are not getting the money they were promised, they're cutting down timber anyway, after the carbon credits have already been sold and banked by companies in Australia. It's just a joke. Tell us where you were doing land care yesterday. What kind of project was it? Was it re-veg, or was it erosion amelioration? Carbon credits joke, yes. I might tell you on the carbon credits thing, I've reached out to a lot of people to come on and talk about carbon credits. I've had people say yes, they will, but we haven't been able to get a date or a time organised yet. But and the couple of people who have said yes are people who really know what they're talking about in that field. So I'm just keeping on that, following up on that. Also, something I thought you guys might be interested in. Who gets confused? Who gets confused about what you can put in your recycling, what actually gets recycled, and how do you have to prepare it? Anyone else confused about that? Like, if you put your jam jar out there, does the lid get recycled? Because the recycling imprint or symbol isn't on the lid. So I'm hoping you're talking, Stan. I'm hoping you're agreeing with me on this. What about? Do you have to soak the labels off your jars and off your tins? Do you have to wash them? If you buy a soft drink in a glass bottle and the cap is metal, but one of those metal caps that has the plastic layer inside, I'm sure you all know the ones I mean. It might be a twist top. Does the cap go in too? Is anyone else confused by this? Because I spoke to someone who worked in one of those sorting facilities, and they told me that that when they empty the bin out into the truck, if anything contaminates that truckload, and if the automatic sorting program, because they have a camera or a light with some spectrum that detects what's in there, if any of it's contaminated, the whole lot goes to landfill. Now, what about plastic lids, Stan? Because the plastic in your, I'm not glad you're confused, but I'm glad someone else is confused, Naomi. Yeah, I think our recycling is a huge con myself. Um, I think far less gets recycled than we think. So I'm trying to get somebody, uh, trying to get someone who knows to talk to me, but it's very difficult. No one from the industry will talk to me. I've approached about 40 different companies and people to talk to me. No one will even reply. Councils won't talk to me, but there are some experts in recycling that are trying to find time. But I think sometimes I think they're just being nice and they don't really have any intention to actually make a day, a time. Um, so your land care work on the weekend was it on council land that was being newly planted? So it was a new planting. Uh, Let us know, how's the survival rate, and were you planting? You might not know, but this is the horticulturist in me. I'm interested. Was it seed stock or cuttings that you were planting out? Was it tube stock or more advanced plants? Yeah, give us a bit of a rundown. Do you put down like a weed barrier, like a jute matting, or is it heavy mulch? What? And I'd be really interested to know what your survival rate is. Stan, here we go. That's cool. Okay, Stan, no landfill on Kangaroo Island. Well, that's good because it would pretty quickly fill up, I would imagine. You make compost. So, is there a communal composting facility, Stan, or is it incumbent on every individual householder to look after their own compost? Naomi, great. Yeah, Naomi, I don't know what's true. Like, all I know is that every week there's another fire of a warehouse full of stuff that we thought was being recycled and it's not being recycled. And all these problems have started happening since China and Malaysia and Thailand stopped accepting the rubbish from us. Never used to be a problem when we could export our crap. Now that we can't export our crap, all of a sudden all these warehouses full of crap are catching on fire. Yeah, composting's good. I need to put some accelerator in our compost because we were unbalanced in what went into our compost, so I really need to almost start again. You do need to be very diligent with what goes in and the proportions into most compost, and not all households not all households have the right balance. So you need to, like, we don't have enough dry waste like cardboard and stuff like that, or grass clippings or anything. We have too much sort of wet vegetable, and it's just in the wrong balance. Oh, cool. That's very good, Stan. That's really cool. That's good that it's not left to everybody. So you've got like a what colour lid is on the bin that gets picked up that goes to the composter, Stan? Because we can't put food stuff into the green bin. That's just for prunings and like grass clippings or raked up leaves. So I can't put my cauliflower stalks in there. Stormy, HC Rider, tube stock. So weed mat. Let's clear up what the weed mat is. Are you using jute matting that stays there and decomposes, or is it plastic weed mat squares, or are you rolling it out and then you have to pick it up later on? and you've said some failed, some are booming. Is it clear what has caused the failures? Like, is it a lack of water? Is it the ones on the steeper slopes, or maybe more stony soil, something like that? Learning those lessons. It's always good, isn't it, when you do a re-veg or a replanting, planting a new area, and you can see the plants that really take off. But then you generally have to come back and make sure that you're filling in the gaps so that you get a decent ecosystem rather than a monoculture or just 2 or 3 species in there. Stan, what have we got? Green bins. Oh, good. Well, that sounds like a better system than we've got. And apparently we've currently got 3 bins, and we're getting, I think, 2 more in the next couple of years. So I guess that just means different contractors will pick up different bins and it will go to different places. Now, so tell me, gang, Riot Squad, have we got anyone with us now who is not in Australia? I want to know that, if anyone live is not from Australia. Hello, Cocky. Again. Very keen to know if anyone's from elsewhere in the world. I'm not really thinking that we will have anyone from elsewhere, simply because of the time that we do this. Yes, you are from overseas. That's right. You're from the island hideaway. Yeah, I think, Naomi. Yeah, it is a problem, isn't it? But I guess the other side of it is that people would then put stuff that they've cooked and say, "Oh, well, it's vegetables. I can put it in." But your cooked vegetables, in whatever you cook them in, are going to be very smelly if you've got 13 days until your next collection. So I guess people just are stupid. But I guess people are stupid because we've made it really complex and really hard. I mean, it's really depressing, actually, that people don't understand compost. It's just one of the most basic things. Everyone should be able to know how to do it. But I share a house with someone who hasn't got a clue, and it's very frustrating. They get very angry at the compost when the compost doesn't do what compost is supposed to do. But you got to understand that you need water, you need heat, you need dry matter, so you need vegetation matter, but it can't be sloppy. A lot of people don't understand that. All right, does anyone else want to make a submission? Or I really didn't think we'd go for so long, since I haven't had my dawn choruses ready for you. Can't believe that. I'm still watching. They're processing. I can see them on a different screen, and I've still only got to 10%. So, yeah, Wednesday's going to be the go, because they're not going to be ready by this afternoon. I can just tell. Okay, Naomi, what do we have? We have a tumbler compost bin, and I have a worm farm. The worm farm's doing well, and the tumbler, which is in 2 sections, so that one is supposed to be ready before the other, but it's not being used correctly. So I need to get some accelerator and maybe a small bale of straw to feed the rabbit, and actually get it rebalanced again. And what have we got here? Okay, so you've got the H2 rider, Stormy. So yeah, lack of water. So I'm guessing maybe the ones at the top of the hill and in the drier sites are not doing so well. Individual weed mats. So are they the jute matting? Like, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what survives and what doesn't survive. Peter, I don't know what you're talking about there. You still have ads of birds taking a bath. Fill me in on that. Does that mean you're getting ads in your on all your when you go web looking at web pages and you're getting yeah, okay, Stan's got a worm farm. Yeah, it's good. The worm stuff's good, and it's good that you're using it. All right, Peter. I didn't know what you're on about there. Uh, uh, um, felt. I'm guessing it's those brown. Uh, they might have changed since I was doing re-veg. There might be different ones out there, but yeah, that's good. Shane, the Black Cockatoo Crisis documentary. So, Shane, are you in Perth, or is this? Uh, Tell us a bit about this doco. Is this the one that was produced in WA, or the one that's focusing on the glossy blacks? Um, I'll while I'm waiting, I'm going to put in Black Cockatoo Crisis documentary and see what I can find out. Here we are, Documentary Australia. So it is the West Australian one that I had heard about. Just waiting for it to come up. Documentary Australia. Jane Hammond, producer and director. Um, and they were looking for donations. See, I didn't hear anything about this. Um, about us. Okay, so they do. This is like a film. Uh, oh, look at that! So it's like a fundraising portal as well. Um, Gee, they've raised a fair bit of money. Oh, Jane Cat. Sorry, I'm just going through the list of 82% funded. Geez, 170,000 they're looking for. Boy, oh boy. And they've got 140,000 up. God, well done. Well done. Oh, Wilderness Society Tasmania. Gee, they've got some Wilderness Society WA. They got some good donations. That's very good. I must reach out to them. see if they want to talk to me. Okay. All right. Sorry for not paying attention. Maybe. Oh, cool. How's it going in Campbelltown, Shane? Spent a bit of time in Campbelltown. Very good, very good. Yellow-tailed black cockatoos, aren't they fantastic? They are great. And Shane, that's a good way to spend. Where are we? Wrong one. This one, Valentine's Day. Good way to spend Valentine's Day, I reckon. Very, very, very good. All right, now, so I'm just watching. Still nothing's happening on those things. Isn't that a joke? Anything else anyone wants to bring up? So we'll do. You're welcome to send me your dawn chorus over the next couple of days if you would like to. Do send them to dawnchorus@thebirdemergency.com, and if possible, have them in MP4 format so that I can easily upload them here and we can talk about them without me having to share a screen from another service which might not allow me to share the volume. Let me just going to have a look at what's going on Instagram at the moment. If you're on Instagram too, by the way, do follow Amanda Lillyman, who is Dr. Bird, just drbird _ Amanda Lillyman on Facebook. You will not be, not Facebook, on Instagram. You won't be disappointed. I've reached out to a lot of Instagram people recently to join us. A lot more ecology types, a lot more artificial hollow people, and also a lot of photography people. I'm hoping that we'll be kicking off Photography Friday on the 25th of this month for the year. A lot of people are out doing field work and taking their first tours for a couple of years. But we'll just see how that goes. I hope I'll be doing my introduction to my camera shortly too, but we're still a little while away. Now, where are we? Okay. Shane's in Picton. Okay. Great, Shane. Yeah, I would like that. So yeah, and if you're going to, please send it to me on email, dawnchorus@thebirdemergency.com, and if possible, make sure you can convert it to MP4. If not, I'll convert it, but it takes a little while. Now, if I haven't been able to get someone's submission ready for tomorrow, we might do Dawn Chorus as a regular feature on the Monday show, as long as people submit. Yeah, Stan. Well, getting up early is good for the soul, Stan, especially if you're going to go and do a bit of walking. You know? Yeah, Jimmy Barnes. Jimmy Barnes country. Yeah, Picton pretty much is, isn't it? Mons, Mons, Mon's on Twitter, but I don't think you're not in here today, are you, Mon? I don't think. Uh, yeah. Yeah, best birding is in the morning, unless you want to observe specific behaviours. Um, that was what I wanted to share with you. Here's a tempter. Here's a tempter. While I was doing, this was not today, but this was yesterday. While I was doing my little grabs, so I started early and I would record a couple of minutes of the dawn chorus at different times to give an idea of what birds were active at what time. But a sparrowhawk came in and actually was trying to get lorikeet breakfast. It happened. I saw that. I saw it happen. So my reaction is in there. That's I really wanted to share that. But you can see that tomorrow. Not tomorrow. On what did I say? On Wednesday the 15th. So we'll promote that and we will we'll get that going. So and it was a goshawk / sparrowhawk with the squared off tail. So even though I only saw silhouette, but the squared off tail kind of gives it away that it was I think the sparrowhawk. But I'm happy to be corrected on that. It was a raptor. Fantastic. Gee, square-tailed kites going after magpies. That's pretty big, isn't it? For a Maggie. Yeah, that's pretty big. Yeah, lorikeets is perfect sparrowhawk food, I would have thought. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Anyone got anything else they want to throw in? Just remember, all you need to do is just you can just use your little phone and go record. Works out fine. And if you do submit, well, actually, let's go back. If you submit and people do it regularly, and I can get people from enough places, that would be a good regular segment, wouldn't it? To do. Now we haven't done an interview today, so it's very unusual. People still coming back to work. Steph Burrell will be talking to me sometime in the near future. We're going to be talking magpies. I've got a few urban bird people lined up to speak. Holly's back next week. Next Monday is Holly Day again. And I think we might discuss Dawn Chorus, Holly's Dawn Chorus. I'm not sure she's going to be too keen on getting up early to record her Dawn Chorus, but I'll see whether I can talk her into that. But we would be very happy to take submissions from anybody. Yeah. And thanks to Barbara Frederick for sending hers in today. And we'll play that one again tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be in the machine that says, "Hold your breath." I don't know if any of you have talked to that machine, but we're old friends now. So that'll be Wednesday. When you send me something too, let me know where it was from, so I can do a preamble, so that everybody else can kind of understand. And I better reach out to some people in different parts of the country, so we get some different birds. It was interesting how different the the lorikeets sound. Actually, I'm just going to check out the lorikeets. Where are we? Sorry, come back to the microphone, Grant. Come back to the microphone. Check out the lorikeets. So, in that area with Brisbane, little lorikeets could have been there, musk lorikeets could have been there, scalies could have been there, rainbow lorikeets could have been there. So, yeah. I reckon I heard a little lorikeet here the other morning too, but I'm not sure. What was that you're talking about, Naomi? What machine? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Naomi? Okay. All right. I was just wondering which other lorikeets might have been in. Oh, oh yeah. Sorry, Naomi. Now I get you. Yeah. Hold your breath. Yeah. It's yeah. I don't know whether you've ever noticed that, Shane. You know that machine as well. I've had my scans at 3 different hospitals in the same health network here in Melbourne, but there's 2 different voices. So that's it's kind of exciting when you jump in the machine and it's a different voice. I hate that injection though. It makes me feel very, very odd. Anyway, yeah, and thanks for the best wishes. I think it's just going to be I think it'll be fine. I think we're getting into what am I into? So 2019. So yeah, this will make it, I think, 3 years. 3 years clear if this one's clear. So that's good. That's good. If I get to 5, they reckon that's real good. So yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. No, I did a whole heap of blood tests last week, and everything's looking good. So yeah. Now I've got another announcement. This is another announcement. Thanks, Shane. Yeah. I kind of just preempted that, but yes, thank you very much. Now, something else I've been wanting to do, because I really like going live, so I want to do more things. So apart from Holly, with the regular every 2 weeks as often as we can, and as I mentioned, next week Holly's back for midday on Monday, but we're working on a regular time for Ricky Coughlin to join me, and perhaps with another regular guest. And we're going to focus more with Ricky on birdwatching and birdwatching skills. And we're going to try and tie in the horticulture / gardening stuff along with what to look out for when you are birding. And that'll give us the opportunity to maybe talk about gear and maybe get some binocular people on, and some more bird call experts. I don't know if we'd say experts. I think when you're familiar with birds, you become a bit of an expert in the things that you like to you like to notice, that you like to watch. But yeah, and Ricky's doing some interesting work at the moment too that we can talk more about. So we'll sort of talk about some of the general issues that raise their heads as well. But I like Ricky's approach to things, and because she's out and taking people on tours regularly in the same patch, she gets to know the birds in her patch quite well, the same way that I get to know my magpies and a couple of my wattle birds and well. So yeah, that's going to be another regular, and that will develop a lot. Pretty much we'll like to react to what you guys, people who are joining us when we regularly do it, do. Now, because Ricky's got a different kind of work setup than Holly, we're just trying to lock in a regular slot, but it will be a regular slot. We're working through that now, but that'll be fun. And I'm trying to line up another regular person who is not in Australia, actually trying to line up two people for regular slots that aren't in Australia, so that we cover a few more subjects, and also you'll get some different points of view other than just mine. News to something going on tomorrow, apart from it being Valentine's Day and me getting my 6-monthly scan. It's the West Australia Feral Cat Working Group Symposium is on tomorrow. And we've just had, in the last week, the Victorian Biodiversity and Conservation Biocon conference was just on. And disappointingly, I didn't get invited to go along or anything to that one. So, but I'll try and shut up now that the papers have been presented. We'll try and get some of the people who were presenting at that to talk to me. A little bit miffed that I was kind of not approached at all, but anyway, that's just probably expecting too much, not being an academic and all that stuff. So anyway, final countdown, folks. Anything else you want to suggest, comment on, say? I encourage you to get up early tomorrow morning, take your phone out, record something, send it to me at dawnchorus@thebirdemergency.com. And by then I'm looking forward to showing you what happened today. And I'll be able to record another one. What time Wednesday? Naomi has said, Naomi, we're going to do midday, just for a surprise, because we're all kind of used to that time. And of course, Wednesday is Wren's Day. So if you happen to have fairy wrens in your locality, why don't you record that? Oh, and also, the fairy wren project are back on deck for the year. So hopefully Alison and Joe can join us again soon. I've reached out to Joe, and he's working with chickadees in the US as well. So he must be getting close to publishing his first part of his latest work. So hopefully we'll get Joe back. So Naomi, midday, everyone, midday Wednesday. Wow, can you believe it? I couldn't even present my stuff, and we've still got to almost 2 hours again. Unbelievable. Thanks, Stan. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Naomi. Thanks, Shane. Thanks, Stormy. Who else did we get? So, Shane, you're the newbie today. Welcome to the Riot Squad. Peter, hope your backyard is going well. Peter, if you get a chance, I would love to know what that honey eater is that you have in your backyard. Whether it's a black-chinned or a strong-billed. Yeah, good to have you on board, Shane. I think you've only got to turn up 1 or 2 more times and you're a genuine part of the Riot Squad. Thanks, Naomi, again for being in the gallery. Well, I reckon that's about as far as I can push it today. Thanks, everyone. Sorry, I really underestimated how much time it would take to convert these file formats over. So anyway, we will be exploring my Dawn Chorus. We'll revisit Barbara Frederick's Dawn Chorus from Ipswich, and anyone else who has submitted by then to the email the Bird Emergency Dawn Chorus at the Bird Emergency. We'll get it. If you can't organise something like that, just reach out to me on your whichever social you follow me on, and maybe we can organise a Dropbox link or something like that. All of the social links are on thebirdemergency.com/live. I'll create another entry on that page today, almost straight away, and those, so you can choose the social of your choice, and contact me there if you can't email. Who can't email these days? Fair dinkum. Anyway, thanks everyone. It's always fun talking to the Riot Squad. See you later.